welcome back to my channel. So today we have time traveled a little bit and we are in the 1920s. This is one of my favorite eras. Ernest Hemingway is one of my favorite authors. I just can't get enough. Great Gatsby is my all-time favorite novel, and yeah, it is just one of my favorite time periods. So I have decided on my channel, I'm going to do a series called Makeup Through the Decades. And I'm going to take you through every single decade, starting with the 1920s. I'm going to share with you historically accurate information based on makeup. I'm going to give you tips, how to make it more modern, all that fun stuff. So if you want to see exactly how to get this makeup look, then just keep watching. This makeup is perfect for a Halloween party, or if you want to just go to a Gatsby party, or if you want to just dress like this in your everyday life. I also have a hair tutorial on this finger wave bob. So if you want to see how that is done, I will leave the video listed down below. And without further ado, let's just get right into this 1920s makeup tutorial. Okay, so my hair is all pinned up and we are ready to go on to the face. So I'm starting off with Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick. I just took my palest foundation shade, and so that's just this for me. The 1920s was all about very, very fair skin. The whiter, the better. Like than your natural skin tone, because this really allowed the eyes and the lips to pop. There was no self-tan or there was no bronzer. It was a sign of high class if you had fair skin. Now going on to concealer, I'm just going to put this on my eyebrows because I'm going to try to thin them out as much as I possibly can. So I didn't want to like glue them down and all that. So I'm just going to conceal them so it kind of hides all the little baby hairs and stuff like that. Then going in with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist in Brunette. This color is actually dark for me, but eyebrows in the 1920s were very, very defined, but very thin. And this is the first kind of time period where plucking was popular. So women's eyebrows became a lot more thin and a lot more defined. And then they also drew them down into a long downward swoop. So as you can see here, I'm cleaning it up to make it extra thin. And then I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to draw it down past where we would naturally do it in our day-to-day now. So they drew them very long and very downward facing. Now on to the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Black Bean. Colors of this period were very dark on the eyes. They were very smoky. They used blue, black, gray, or green. So I'm going to smudge this out and then blend it out with my brush. They used to use eyeliner to do this, like a kohl eyeliner, but I just used this Jumbo Eye Pencil. It wasn't blending out as well as I hoped, so I go in with a second layer, but we will be putting lots of eyeshadows. This is just acting as our base. Egypt was a very inspirational culture, and so people were taking the kohl eyeliners that they used to see and smudging them out on their eyes. Now going into my Morphe 35K palette. This is a white shimmery shade. Just gonna lightly accentuate the brow bone because I wanted to kind of cover up any baby hairs. Now going into just a neutral kind of pinky brown, very light shade here. I'm just going to blend out that black. They didn't spend as much time blending out these eyeshadows, but I'm just picky and I wanted it to look blended. Now this is the warm brown shade on the end. Again, just taking that with a smaller brush and putting this directly into the crease just to make sure that the smoky dark shadows we're going to use will blend out. Taking the NYX Glitter Glue, and I'm just going to put this on my eyelid. Again, this is something that they didn't do, but I just want to make sure those eyeshadows pop. This is MAC Pigment in Deep Blue Green. So like I said, it was all about smoky, smoky eyes, very dark eyes, almost looking like a corpse with your pale skin and your dark eyes. So this is an awesome, awesome shade. It is really a blue-green. It is very dark and deep. So then I'm just going to blend this out with a fluffy brush with no additional product on it. And then I just go back in. So you kind of add little by little of this pigment and then gently blend it out because it is a loose pigment. It is hard and it can get a little bit messy. So just take your time with this, pack it on, and then blend it out and then repeat that a couple times until you get it where you like it. Now taking this blue-gray color, like I said, it is all about that smoky look. And they would also bring the eyeshadow very high up to kind of give it that smoked out big eye, wide eye effect. And they also like to really round socket. So as you can see here, I'm really bringing that smoky gray color into the inner corner I'm showing you can clean up the inner corner later. And I'm just really I never put eyeshadow there on a day-to-day basis, but I really want it to look like a rounded eye for this look. Then just go in with a makeup remover to clean up any fallout you might have gotten with that smoky shadow. And then I show you here as well, I took a Q-tip and I just fixed up the inner corners because it kind of dropped down into my inner corner a little bit too much. This is the Viseart Neutral Matte Palette. I'm taking this awesome burnt red color. This is not something they did, but I just really thought it brought the look together. I'm taking a tiny brush and almost making like a cut crease, putting this really high up in my crease in a line almost, and just kind of blending out that gray shadow. Just added some warmth to the look. Then going into concealer, this is the Nars Radiant Creamy. Just cleaning everything up. I don't think concealer was big. They just really caked on the foundation and the powder, but I don't have as much of a full coverage foundation. So just putting on the concealer, nothing highlighting, just the same color as my skin tone, just to make it an even base and clean up that eyeshadow. Then going in with the RCMA No Color Powder, this is just going to give it that matte doll-like appearance. There was nothing glowy, it was very, very matte. Then I'm gonna go highlight a little bit. I don't think they did this, but you know, gotta highlight the inner corner. This is Makeup Geek Shimma Shimma. There we go. Now taking the Sephora Contour Eye Pencil in Go for a Ride. This is a beautiful green, emerald green eyeliner. I'm just going to smoke this out on the lower lash line. This was also very popular. And then taking that same blue-green pigment from MAC and smudging that into the lower lash line. They really smoked out the bottom lashes. Again, they wanted the eyes to pop. Going into that red color, again, just smudging that to make sure it's all blended. In the 1920s, they wanted to seem hyper feminine. After the war, there weren't as many men to go around, so they really wanted to accentuate that. So going in to curl my lashes, apply mascara, and then put on falsies. I am going to put a little bit of bronzer. This was not something they would do, but I am taking just the Hoola bronzer by Benefit. It is a matte, very, very natural bronzer, and I barely put it on just to kind of bring some life back to my skin. Now blush, this is the Burberry Earthy Blush. Blush was very popular, and they put it in circles instead of the angular way we apply it now. So they just put it in circles on the apples of the cheeks. Again, it was that very hyper feminine, fertile, you know, there were more women than there were men, so there was lots of competition, and they wanted to really, you know, in the flapper period, it was girls allowed to be bad for the first time, especially in the evening. So they really, really played up their makeup. Now onto the lips. Dark colors were very popular. Deep reds, deep oranges, deep burgundies. So I am actually going to block out my lips because I'm going to be changing the shape of them. So this is MAC Lip Pencil in Burgundy, and the Cupid's bow was the most important aspect of your lips. Clara Bow was an actress, and she kind of made this really popular. So the shape was more circular, and it really accentuated the Cupid's bow and didn't go all the way out into the corners. So that's why I blocked it out with foundation. So I really accentuated and overdrew my Cupid's bow. And then I kind of cut off the lip liner so it doesn't go all the way to the edge of my lips and it looks more a circle, like a little pout. And then I just filled that in with the lip liner. Now going in with the Nars Audacious lipstick in Bet. Oh, so amazing. I love this color. So yeah, deep, dark reds were very, very popular, especially in the movies as well. You know, black and white films were really popular, and so the actresses wore these dark colors because in black and white, you couldn't really see, and so you really needed to make it dramatic. And that is the finished look. The hair tutorial will be up later this week, so I really hope you guys liked this tutorial and you learned a little something from it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Leave some comments down below if you like this idea of makeup through the decades. I really appreciate your feedback. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!